Hello and welcome to the fourth episode for our Let's Play of The Two Towers. In the last episode we explored a tower in the Dead Marshes with Frodo and Sam and Gollum, and we freed an elf who was held captive there and he joined our party. And we also helped another elf fill his vow that he made so that he could leave the Dead Marshes as well. So now we can head south out of the marshes and continue on to the next area. And you'll notice the terrain has kind of changed here when we head south far enough. You hear orc voices arguing as usual. Slugs, if he dies before his mouth arrives, you'll wish he had slit your throats. Another voice laughs. He'll live, though he'll wish he were dead. Tark. Filthy sneaking Tark. There are the sounds of a boot striking someone, a groan, and orc laughter. Perhaps he'll give him to us when his mouth is finished with him. Don't be a fool, the first orc voice says. There will be plenty of Tarks to kill when we burn their great city, and that will be soon. If any of you dung touches him again before his mouth comes, I'll kill you. Now get back to your watch or I won't wait to kill you. If any more Tarks show because you skulkers won't keep watch, I'll carve you into pieces. Several orcs are coming. And just like we did in the burnt forest in Rohan, we'll want to use our sneak ability to help thin out their numbers. You manage to keep out of sight while most of the orcs leave. There are still 3 orcs on guard, close to their prisoner. And that's when you'll want to take the chance to attack them. And fighting orcs with this party won't be quite as easy as the one you have in Rohan, but it still shouldn't prove too much trouble. And we will have a chance here in a minute to heal our whole party. And even then we still have our lembas and some rations and all that. The usual stuff. And the text message mentioned something about a prisoner, so once we get all these orcs defeated. Yeah, for some reason he doesn't quite show up right away. Yeah, he should usually be a man. I don't know why he's a hobbit right here, but yeah, this part can be a little glitchy with him showing up. The last time I tried to shoot this, he didn't appear at all. So at this point, I'll just take what I can get. So I see that I am no longer in the company of enemies. This is a better death than I had hoped for. Yeah, so he won't join you or anything. Sounds like he's dying, but you can take the chance to ask him some questions before he does. Foul things, avoid the shores of Anduin. They patrol the land in great numbers. Be wary. Bellig blacks out for a few seconds, then regains consciousness. Yeah, I think you only have limited chances to ask him questions before he'll die. The orcs travel along its banks. Avoid it. Then he'll black out again. So you just can keep questioning him. The guard on the Black Gate has tripled in recent weeks. Armies enter it from south and east. Well, the Black Gate, we'll want to find out some more about that, since that's the way we're going to have to get into Mordor. No force in Middle-earth can breach these steel gates. To approach them is madness. Go not there. Bellig slumps. The orcs took from me a ruined dagger, an heirloom of my friend, Artemir. I will not see him again. If you can, return. Then you hear a voice from his throat, and Bellig is dead. And you want to take the dagger. You can keep going south here, and we're actually at the Black Gate right now. You have come to the Black Gate, the Towers of the Teeth. Sentinels unceasingly patrol the battlements of the Great Wall. In the cliff face are hundreds of holes, in which dwell a host of orcs. The entrance to Mordor seems impenetrable. The way looks hopeless, but you are determined to enter Mordor. You try to release Gollum from service. I purpose to enter Mordor, and I know no other way. Therefore I shall go that way. I do not ask anyone to go with me. Gollum is alarmed. No, no, master. He paws at you in great distress. No use that way. Don't take the precious to him. He'll eat us all. Smeagol knows secret way, which he does not watch, west of mountains, then south. Trust Smeagol. You question Gollum about this secret path. Leave this place, find the road, go south on road, through forest, then turn east at crossroads. The valley, Gollum. But it is the only way, the only secret way, my precious. Yeah, you'll actually get a game over if you try and enter the Black Gate there. So you'll want to head to the west. And we'll want to do something with that dagger we got. And there's a little grave we can find. You hear 2 orc voices arguing. Gar, you orcs of Lugburs have no stomachs. You wouldn't last 5 minutes in the north, complaining of Tarks who can't be seen. The other voice snarls. I tell you, this place smells of Tarks and their filth. They'll shoot you in the back before you know they're there. I've lost 3 of my fellows to the filthy rats. Tarks have been here, or I'm an elf. The orcs continue to argue. Well, they won't be here long when the Mark Riders get here. Until then, it's up to us to make sure things go right, or they'll have our heads. So you keep watching, or you'll have more than Tarks to worry about. Fools, from the sounds of voices, the orcs will be able to see you in a matter of seconds. You can sneak again. You manage to elude the 2 orcs as they pass you and quickly get out of sight. You could fight them if you want, but it's always better to avoid the fights if you don't have to. This is a grave marked by elven script. So you'll want to read it, and we'll see what it has written on it. The grave marks it as the resting place of Artemir, a soldier of Gondor, a ranger of Ithilien. And this is the grave that Beleg was talking about, so we'll want to discard the dagger here. A sense of peace falls upon the area when the dagger is placed. It is a feeling that strengthens you. And that's all we need to do here in this area, so we can head south and start making our way towards the secret passageway that Gollum was telling us about. Your weary march continues. You do not notice the wandering Uruks until they are upon you. And you only have 2 to deal with this time, so it should be pretty easy. And as far as I know, there's no way to avoid fighting these 2 Uruks here. It shouldn't be too hard if I could actually hit them. There we go. The battle is ended, but how many more remain to be fought before you can send the ring to its final rest? Your quest seems impossible. Meanwhile, in the forest of Fangorn, members of the Fellowship seek to bring word from Skinbark and Leaflock to the Entmoot. You come upon an area of huge pine trees, which line a great bowl-shaped depression in the earth, sort of like a natural amphitheater. At your arrival, the motionless ants begin to stir. Treebeard walks up to you. Ho, you have returned. What did Leaflock and Skinbark have to say? A look of disappointment crosses Treebeard's face. It was hasty of me to ask you so soon. Come back as soon as you can, but be careful. He turns back to the Entmoot. Yeah, that left off where he called us back as we were trying to accomplish that task, so I don't know why he's so disappointed in us. But anyway, we'll want to go back to the bridge. You'll actually be walking this little path down here several times. But our first task is going to be to find some water from the Entwash that is untainted by orcs. The bridge again. Quickbeam says, this is the river Entwash. It would be good to gather some water, but we would have to find a place along its banks where no orc has trod before we can draw it. I hope the orcs have not defiled all of the river. So we'll need to find one of the northern banks of the river that's untainted so we can get some of the water, which you'll need to bring to the 2 Ents that we're trying to find. Borrow room. Quickbeam's eyes are less friendly than you have ever seen them. I had not dreamed that they had come this far east. We cannot use this water. We must search another bank to find that which we need. Yeah, so you'll just want to follow the bank to the west. And obviously you'll have to kind of follow through the maze of the forest here. Quickbeam's voice is sad. Alas, Entwash, its voice is sweet as the song of Entwives in the spring. The Barroom have defiled the waters. Is there no place that they have not set foot on your banks? We should be getting close to the spot that we need. This is the same thing he just said, but this actually is a spot we're looking for if you come to the little tree here. You come upon a brambly deadfall of old tree trunks. Armed with Treebeard's wisdom, passage is simple. A little clearing on the banks of the Entwash lies here. It is peaceful and looks well groomed. The Entwash flows peacefully by, an ideal spot to draw water. So you'll want to grab all 4 of the waters. And now we need to find the 2 Ents. One is in the far northwest corner of the forest, and the other's in the far northeast. There are several birds in the trees throwing fruit from the branches to the ground in a wild frenzy. So we'll take some of the rations. We have a Quickbeam. The birds snatch the fruit from you. Does that mean you don't get to keep it? Maybe we can trade it to the birds. I never tried doing that. Nope. Well, you still have the rations, so anyways. The party gets a sense that some of the nearby trees are about to confront you in an unpleasant manner, but one glance from your Entish companion makes them retreat. And that's why it's good to have an Ent in your party, because you'll get attacked by Hjorns. Your Entish companion gestures to the side of the path. Ha, look there, a Hjorn-made deadfall meant to harm visitors. It is good that I am with you, since we Ents can see such things and avoid them. Yeah, he'll help you avoid confrontations and traps like just happened there. Another attack there. We have a couple orcs here in the forest. But like I was saying before, we're first going to find the Ent in the northwest. And he should be in a little clearing. You should be able to find some mountains and on the edge of the forest. The tall, haggard Ent spreads its thin fingers wide, which makes a clacking sound in the wind. Visitors, mind my manners. I am Longroot. I say little, but like to walk. Perhaps you would like to walk with me? He looks questioningly. And if you say yes, I'm not one for talk, but I like to show people the forest. Talk to me about the places you'd like to see. And he actually helps you, like, warp to different parts of the forest, depending on what you ask him. So we can ask him about the 2 Ents that we're looking for. Now where would you like to walk to? I can take you to places or to Ents. So we can type in Skinbark. That is a place of danger in these dark times. Still, if you will go there, I will walk with you. Longroot picks you up in his long, thin fingers, which are surprisingly strong. He takes long Ent strides to your destination, saying nothing. Finally, he pronounces that you have arrived and leaves, thanking you for your company. Yeah, and so we're actually where we need to be to find Skinbark. In this vast clearing, an ancient Ent is vainly trying to protect itself from a horde of orcs armed with axes and torches. So we'll obviously want to help him. Now, you don't need to find Longroot to be able to get to these Ents. You can just walk through the forest maze, although it may take you a little time to, navigate all the paths and turns. It can be done. And I really don't know any surefire way to find Longroot either. I just happened to stumble across him that time. The first time I was shooting this, I didn't come across him at all the whole time I was in the forest, so. And you may have noticed that dealing with the orcs is pretty easy with an Ent in your party. It's usually a one-hit kill, or it gets very close to their full health. Amidst the ruin of battle, a single wounded orc struggles in the grip of the old Ent. I am Skinbark, croaks the Ent. My thanks for your help. Question this orc, please. There's nothing really too much you can get out of him. Dung, filth. Gazmog of the White Hand spits on you. 1,000 whips lash your back. Filth. Can ask him about the White Hand. We are the orcs of the White Hand. Your questions will not save you from us. We are the strong. We shall kill the white skins and destroy their land. No trees shall stop us. White skins. I think you can ask him about Saruman. He is our master, mightier than the red eye, whose orcs are flies between our fingers. He shall crush you. Yeah, there's really not too much you can get out of him that's very useful, or at least I didn't find anything. So you'll want to talk to Skinbark. I am Skinbark. I don't know about you little folk, but I am parched. And that's why we had to get the Ent water. So you'll trade him one of those. Paragraph number 200. Skinbark's roots eagerly soak up the pure water of the Entwash, and he immediately begins to look better. Ah, much better. Heirloom, sighs Skinbark. Only an Ent, most likely Fangorn himself, could have told you about this water. If he has sent you to deal with these orcs, tell him whatever action he and the other Ents take has my blessing. Give him my word of blessing, the word of wisdom, Yavanna. Alright, so we found one of the Ents. And before we find the other one, there's actually an orc camp nearby that we can get some important stuff from. So it just heads south along the edge of the mountains here. There's another trap that he pointed out. And when you come to this area, go to the east. And you'll want to find these 4 orcs. That's how you know you're close. And by doing this, we can actually recruit another Ent into our party, which will be helpful for the combat since they're so strong. So whenever we finally are able to kill this orc, come to the southern part here. Orcs are known to hide the entrances to their camps. It often takes someone with a sharp eye to find it. So we can use perception and find a secret path through the forest here. Your sharp eyes find a door hidden in the tangled mess of dead branches and rotting trees. So this is the camp here. I think there's 3 buildings, and we'll want to go in the first one here. This building is better built than the others. The occupant is a huge orc brandishing a wicked scimitar. I am Flispot, leader of this camp of the fighting Urukai. We serve Saruman, and he'll have your heads. And even though this is only one orc, he's actually a bit stronger than any of the ones you've fought so far. But with Quickbeam, he shouldn't be a problem at all. And you can pick up the chainmail, and you'll definitely want to grab Saruman's key and the silver pennies. But I don't think I found anything that, well, maybe at the end of the game, but silver pennies aren't super useful. Anyway, paragraph 21. A letter reads, Flispot, your primary mission is for you and your troops to hold the western edge of Fangorn, cutting and clearing away as many trees as possible. In addition, you will report to me any sightings of hobbits in the area. Beware of walking trees. They should be eliminated with the utmost dispatch. As for your earlier question, you are indeed under the command of Chagaluk. I warn you against attempting anything on him, as his troop is my elite, and their defense of the tunnels which leads to Isengard is crucial. Leave Chagaluk to his command under the mountains. You take care of the trees. If that assignment is too beneath you, perhaps we can arrange a new task for you. Perhaps caring for my engines that power Isengard. The letter is signed with a stylized white hand. And there's nothing very useful in the second building here, so we can skip that. And we'll go down to the third one here. It seems that this building is an orc barracks. A small squad of orcs rushes up to intercept you, their feral red eyes glowing with hatred. So if you take out these orcs here, you can get some of the weapons and stuff from the barracks. one more here. There we go. Yeah, so there's a shield you can grab and some rations and stuff if you need any of those things. And then we'll want to go to the south side of the building here. The smell of smoke assails the party's nostrils, and the sound of chopping and evil laughter fill the air. A squad of orcs are chopping down the trees and burning them. So we'll fight more orcs to stop them from damaging the trees. And this is where we're going to get another Ent to join our party. Though the last of the orcs dies at your hands, the trees are still burning. Do you attempt to extinguish the fire? Yeah, we'll put it out. The fires are extinguished, though the party suffers some minor burns. Then we can go to this portion here. A young Ent emerges from the charred woods. Greetings and my thanks for your kindness, the Ent booms. I am Twiggly, and you must be Ent friends. If you desire company, I shall be glad to join you. And he'll join your party. We got another Ent with us, and there's actually another secret path we can find in the orc camp. If you come to the northern edge of the building, the first building, your sharp eyes reveal a secret passage heading deep into the mountains. Do you descend? So we found another secret passage leading to an underground part of the orc camp, and this would probably be a good place for us to bring episode 4 to a close. And we can continue exploring the orc camp and see what the underground part holds in the next video.